Yo, what is up, everybody? Back again. Y'all already know what
Nail,
it is.
play that shit.
Oh yeah!
Oh man, this man got the background.
You already know, man. Get that money, man. Get that money. Take to the house. Ain't no easy money. Easy money. Well, it should be easy money, but like
Look,
I
knock
said,
on wood, knock on wood.
Look at the rookies we drafted. We got Dean and we got Davis. Two from Florida. It doesn't get better than that shit.
yeah, put that shit up.
As Ricky Bobby said, if you ain't first,
You're
you're
last.
last.
Exactly.
Second place is at 2.
Definitely gonna make up for it.
Trust me. I need a sports podcast, man. I need it. We out. Welcome back to the podcast, everybody. Your host with the most, favorite kids from the neighborhood, Chris, Cam, myself, Bryce. Back with another NBA episode. As y'all know, the NFL is now over. As you seen last episode, I had to get my rant on. You can't see it, but this is the Super Bowl hat right here. You know what I'm saying? Had to put it on. But we gonna chop it up about the NBA. Tonight is Thursday, February 23rd. NBA just came back from All-Star break. And if you watched the All-Star game, you were probably bored as hell, as we were. Wasn't good this year. I think it was the lowest watched All-Star game in like 5 years, I want to say. And basically had everybody complaining on social media about what happened to the All-Star game. It used to be competitive. Now they just out there playing one-on-one. I think at one point there's a picture when Tatum and Brown were going at it. Literally all of the other 8 players on the court just stood off on the left wing and let them go literally one-on-one on the right wing. But with that being said, we're about to give our new ideas for what would make a better All-Star experience and hopefully save it. And I don't know about you. I think I got some good ideas that I want to see implemented, but we're going to hop into that, man. We're going to hop into that. Do y'all want me to go first?
You go first, yeah.
Okay. This is how I would change All-Star weekend, man. First off, everything is incentivized. Because I think it was that tweet that showed the 2020 All-Star game where they were going hard at the end to try to win. That was the year, I think it was like each player got $1 million from the winning team if whoever won. And they put it to where you got to reach the certain score. And that's why they was playing hard. So everything incentivized. Like everything. And I'm finna detail that now. So no more skills challenge. That thing is whack. Nobody trying to watch the skills challenge versus with the Antetokounmpo brothers, the Jazz, and what was
Rooks.
it? The Rooks. Ain't nobody trying to watch that mess no more. We want to see the best basketball players in the world go at it. So no more skills challenge. What replaces it is King of the Hill. You got 2 divisions. Now, I don't know how you want to necessarily pair it. It depends on who makes it in the All-Star game. But for just basis, I said 2 divisions. One is 6-7 and up. The other is 6-7 and below. The other is 6-8 and up. King of the Hill, first to 3 baskets. No make it, take it. Only 3 dribbles. Winners from each division get $100K, and then they face each other for $250. That could be the event Friday night. Then, secondly, a new dunk contest format. You get 3 professional dunkers that don't play in the NBA because there's enough of them out there that can really dunk. Then you get 3 contestants from the NBA in their 2 separate divisions. Same rules as King of the Hill. The winners will get $100K for winning their own bracket. Then they face off versus each other to win $250K. I think that would be cold. I'm tired of seeing the same stale ass dunks, aka Jericho Sims. You don't have to keep putting your elbow in the rim and think you're gonna get a 50. That was awful. And there are some professional dunkers that can really dunk the basketball and that would bring some excitement. I forgot it was some show that came out probably like a year or 2 ago. It might have been before COVID. Excuse me. But it came on after TNT and it was like a contest where it was all the dunkers and it was like a whole season until they found a winner. They need to have some of them people come in to the dunk contest and perform. Wake the crowd back up, bring back the energy to the dunk contest. And then my third is a new All-Star game format. Either go back to East versus West or go NBA versus the world. We got enough foreign NBA stars. They can have their own team and just play the NBA. And I think that would be really competitive too. Like Jokic, Embiid, Luka, Siakam. Let's see who else. Help me out. I know there's plenty of them that
Dude, Shay, whatever you want
Shea.
to call
Yeah,
him.
like you could. That's a solid starting five right there versus the rest of the league. Or like I said, just go back to how it was in the beginning. East versus West, let them duel it out. But each player from the winning team will get 300 to 500K. I don't know. I mean, NBA got money clearly, so I don't know how high you want to go with the money they win. It could be $1 million. I don't know, but I just said let's go with 500K. The MVP gets 500K from the game as well, but I'm adding a new award to the game also. There's a defensive player of the game for the All-Star game, and they also get a 500K check cash. And that's how I'll fix All-Star weekend. So it's not so much of a snooze fest anymore. And it's actually something exciting to watch because I didn't even really watch All-Star weekend this year. I wasn't really too excited about it. And then I didn't really miss nothing when the game was on. I was watching the game and then it just became background noise. I was on my phone. That's how boring it was for me. So, yeah, man. Those are my ideas to fix the All-Star game. Adam Silver, if you're listening, you could just cut me a little check, something nice. And then I'll never claim this was my idea again. You can have it and implement it into the NBA. But I think this is what the people want to see, especially King of the Hill. What would be better than watching all 20 All-Stars duke it out in one-on-one to see who really not the best basketball player, but the best one-on-one player? Like, I know y'all seen the clips of when they battle it out at like USA camp and they be going crazy getting some mean buckets. Bring that to the All-Star game. And then incentivize it because I don't know if they would want to do it if there wasn't money involved. But man, come on. I think that would be killer. And I hope they would want to do something like that. Like, so that's my ideas. Who up next, man? That's how I think we fix it. How y'all go about it?
No, I think incentivizing is the right way to go because they need something to work for. Like that donation stuff, bro. I ain't gonna lie, the donation stuff, it kind of makes me upset. Because why not just donate the money? Why they gotta compete to see which group gonna win money when both groups? I mean, I think whether win or lose, both groups get money, but one group may get more, and there's a minimum donation that the NBA gives both groups, anyways. But it's just weird. Like, imagine you're a part of a group and like you see the group on the other side of the stadium and you want them to lose so your stuff can get more, but like really both of y'all should win, bro. Like it shouldn't be a competition to give money to charities. Um, but on top of that, so with the events, I feel like the dunk contest idea was good because those guys that's not in the league, that's just professional dunkers, they're gonna go hard. And that's gonna be entertaining in general. And then you got guys in the league who can probably dunk that don't want to dunk, like Ant just said, and Jaw and LeBron been dodging his whole career. So that's a good idea. But I feel like the 3-point contest should be after the All-Star game. I don't like the All-Star game being on Sunday. I think it should be on Saturday. That way people can actually come together and watch the game. It's like watching the Super Bowl. Like you have an all-star party. Nobody has all-star game parties, bro. Nobody can invite their family over to watch the all-star game because it's on a Sunday. People got work the next day. So I think that should be on Saturday. And I think the dunk contest and the 3-point contest should be on Sunday. Because it's gonna get watched. The 3-point contest is gonna get watched. It's the simplest game. Who can make the most threes? And then on top of that, we need to have the best of the best out there. Like, I'm not saying they should force the best players, the best shooters, the best dunkers to go out and play those 2 games, but like there should be something that's influencing them that makes them want to do that. Like, no offense to Kevin Herter, but like I don't want to watch Kevin Herter shoot threes. And I actually watched Kevin Herter not shoot threes though. We all watched him not shoot threes. So
What did he
same
finish with?
difference.
Like
But
8, I think.
yeah,
Which is crazy.
don't.
It's
You
crazy
seen
because
the
he
TikTok
actually is.
video?
I didn't see it, but I
It
can
was like
imagine.
it sped up every time he missed. So by the time he got to like the third rack, it was just like it was bad, bro.
I mean, it sucks because he's actually one of the best statistically best shooters this year. But that's a whole different ball. Like that 3-point contest is completely different from shooting in the real game. You see,
Yep.
they just threw Julius Randle in there. He was like, they asked me if I wanted to sub in and do it. I was like, F it, why not? I practiced one time and just went in there, and it looked like he practiced one time because he was broke too, which I didn't expect much from him since he's not a 3-point shooter for real. I think it was Evan Fournier tweeted, he's like, if they gave him more time and let him get in a jab step before each three, he would win the competition hands down. But no, I like the idea. What about the All-Star game itself? How do you go about fixing that? Like, how do we get it to be competitive again?
So I'm cool with the pickup. I don't care for how they did it this year because like that took way too long. I don't care for that. But I do like the mixing of the two conferences because I think they started doing that obviously because the West got like overpowered. And they wanted to make sure the game wasn't a blowout. So I feel that. But when it comes to incentivizing, every player is tough, bro. I know they got money, but I just feel like the NBA not, like any other corporation, like they're gonna just give more money out to the players that their employees. Like your job not gonna do that, so why would their job do it?
Yeah. I mean,
I ain't
hey,
gonna
my
take
job
no
got
jab.
bonuses. That's a bonus.
Yeah, I mean, shoot, they got bonuses too if they hit all their stats and stuff they're supposed to hit for their contract. But in terms of All-Star game, I think the defensive player of the year idea, defensive player of the game is a good idea. And also, I know they don't want to play, I don't think they have to play physical defense, but it's irritating when you watching the game and like they're just letting guys get to the bucket. Like they're literally doing layup lines to the bucket. Nobody's putting their hands up or anything. Nobody's jumping. I don't expect you to go up like Joel just went up against Jaw. Feel me? Like that's okay, that's injury prone. Like that's gonna happen. But stuff like that, like I don't know, like there got to be some type of penalty for that.
I feel it. It's just tough because I think it might really not be fixable because it's kind of just a generation where all these guys are friends. And like, I'm not knocking it, but
No, that's facts.
they really are buddy. And it's just like a little play around F a game. Like we laughing, chopping up throughout the game. When back in the day, it was like, man, you all-star on the West, I'm all-star on the East. Somebody probably think you better than me, and I'm finna show them that's not the case. So we finna duke it out. And like they really used to duke it out back in the day, especially
Yep.
them games where before they started making all-star jerseys and it just used to be you wear your jersey home or away.
Home or away. Yeah.
They used to go at it like the AI, Kobe, Vince Carter, them all-star games. And then as you know, we got older, social media became bigger. Of course, now everybody knows everybody because they all came up in the same AU circuits. So, and they've been going to camps their whole life. I think I seen a video earlier today. It was a clip way back when Blake Griffin dunked in the USA practice, and D'Angelo Russell was like, he ain't even stretched though. And they started pausing it throughout the video to show like each player that was like there as a kid on the under 17 team. And it's like Julius Randle, D'Angelo Russell, Josh Hart, like all of them are in there. And it's like they basically been together since children now at this point. So unless it's like a real game, they really not gonna go hard. So there is that too. But yeah, I don't I like my idea is what I think will work, but at the end of the day, I don't know. But I hope it gets a little bit more competitive. It maybe BS around like the first half, but like the second half, let's go. And usually they would BS around the first 3 quarters, but then the fourth quarter would come and they would get serious and like try to actually play basketball. That didn't happen this year, so I don't know what really happened. Like there was a point because they did it the same way where you got to reach a certain score, and Giannis's team still needed like 4 more points, and Bron's team could have made a comeback. And then I remember Joel Embiid just let someone, I think it was Tatum, just go get a dunk for free. And I'm like, bro, if this was any other year, you trying to stop that and make the comeback. Like, what are we doing here? You only down like 6 or 7. So I don't know. I don't know, man. What's your ideas, Ken? What you think should happen to bring the All-Star game back?
I think we honestly probably seen one of the last All-Star games being played. I think they're gonna eventually remove it, just like how the pretty much the NFL removed the Pro Bowl. I think they're gonna cater to the players and might as well remove it because I mean obviously nobody's watching it. The players kind of really don't want to. Obviously, they don't want to play it. It's nothing to really play for. Um, that needs to happen, or either they need to go back to East versus West, and whoever wins the All-Star game, they get home field advantage, or home court advantage in the finals. So it'll, at least like make some of them play harder. Then also you can throw incentives in there, whatever shit's called.
Incentives.
Yeah, incentives. Goddamn. But for like a million or some shit. Chill.
It's all right, bro. It's just the three of us here, bro. It's the three of us.
Yeah, no, I'm just not gonna put this on the internet for everybody to see. Oh,
Incentives.
But nah, man. But yeah, for like at least like a million or something like that to get them to play. But I truly do think we probably seen one of the last All-Star games ever been played or whatever. I think it's pretty much going to be like a bunch of different challenges throughout the weekend. Maybe like King of the Court or something like that. They're gonna put in there, or like a 3v3 contest or something like that. Maybe.
see, okay, when you said
I like
you
that.
think that's the end of the All-Star game, that I was gonna wait and say, I was like, you just brought a new idea. What if they still picked the same amount of All-Stars or whatever, but they each got a 3-on-3 team where like they picked, like literally they walk on the court, shoot for team captains, like straight up, like we at the court outside, shoot for team captains, however many you need, and then whoever hit first, they pick first, and down the line, and
I
3-on-3
like that.
tournament.
I like that better because with the incentives at that point, I feel like it's way more realistic. It's more realistic to give $100,000 out to 3 guys than to give $100,000 out to 12 guys.
Okay, well, that's it. I like that. They need to go to
Yeah,
3v3 tournaments.
Yeah, 3v3, they gonna play hard for
Oh,
a
they gonna play hard.
Yeah, nah, only and the losers get nothing.
Yeah.
And honestly,
Losers get nothing.
I think they should use the what's the league? The Big 3 league, Ice Cube League. I
Yeah.
think they should use those rules where they got like the 4-pointer way back.
Uh-huh.
Have that in there. Maybe
I like
have
that
a
idea, too.
5-pointer at half for people like
I like-
Dame who can clearly just knock that down whenever they feel like it.
Yeah.
The 3v3 cool too because I think it'll I know everybody's like anti-center now when the All-Star game because it ain't fun, but if you do 3v3, every team can have a center.
Yeah.
Like and it'll be valuable.
No, so literally run NBA my part. Let's do it.
Literally. The kids gonna love that. They're gonna watch that.
Yeah, they're gonna watch that for sure.
The new generation.
I got next.
Facts. Have them stand on the sideline too. The point.
And then because it's probably like what 12 on each team now, 24 All-Stars, so 8 teams. That's easy. That works. That's a tournament right there.
Yeah, you can have all the East play each other, all the West play each other, and then those 2 teams like in the finals, East and the West.
That could be. Yeah, no,
that'd
I
be
like
tough.
Man, Adam Silver, man, get at us.
Man,
I Need a Sports Podcast.
Like...
we finna send you an email typed up with our official rule format. Change the All-Star game to a 3v3 tournament. Have them walk on the court, shoot for cap, just like we do outside right now. Pick their guys and let's go at it. Winning team gets $250K each player.
Low key, bro, they should just do man, they could do the 5-point shot. That'd be cool. What if they just did go to 10 all ones?
Hey, I'm not mad at that. And
I
like
now they
I like no make it
threes.
take it either. Like make them play defense. Like
Yeah.
You can't get 10 buckets in a row because some of them can really do that if they feel like
And
it.
if you do the 5-point shot, that'd be cool too if it were to happen like Dame just come down and hit 2 5-point shots. Like, okay, damn, like that game was over. That was tough. You
That
Gotta
can't
or
really
win
do that
by
in the game
2.
though.
that or like make it timed where it's like 5 minutes and then the last minute, if you shoot the actual 3-point shot, it's like 3 point or more points or something like that.
Okay, to get
But
them
everything
past
else
that mark.
up until that point is all ones. And you
Well, we
got a
finna get an
shot clock and
email.
everything.
I'm going.
Yeah.
We finna get an
Put us
email.
on, man. Just Adam Silver. Just write us a check. It ain't what we want, y'all. 100K each? I know you got it.
Yeah, I'll take 100K.
I'm satisfied with it.
Yeah, I'll take
100K?
100K.
We can really talk it down to 100K for just us, and we'll split that.
Wait.
But we gonna start off with 100K
I mean, we
each.
ain't
and
broke, but
Untaxed,
versus I take it.
untaxed.
Yeah, I want the cash. I don't want the
yeah,
government to
untaxed,
know I
bro.
got it. Yeah,
Tax
man.
free, please.
I like it, man. 3v3 for sure. I can get with that. Okay. So that's how we fix the All-Star game, man. I like the final conclusion we came to. This is not rehearsed. I just lobbed the questions in the group chat yesterday and told them come with their own ideas, and we literally just got to that randomly. So next up on the list, about to talk about the Lakers, who just so happen to be playing right now versus Golden State. They currently sit at 13th place in the Western Conference. Got to make it to at least the play-in, you would think, or this season is a complete failure, especially after the trade deadline. But their next 7-game stretch, it's kind of tough, and it's probably going to be the telltale factor on if they make the play-in, if they're able to actually get a playoff seed and avoid the play-in completely, or don't play the play-in at all. But their 7-game stretch, first up right now, they're playing the Warriors. The Warriors still don't have Curry. They came out today, said he looks better. He started some individual workouts on the court, but he probably won't be back within the next 2 weeks, maybe. But they got them. Hopefully they can get the dub. I got a parlay riding on it. But then next, they got the Mavericks in Dallas. After that, they got the Grizzlies at Memphis, Thunder at Oklahoma City. I think Chris will be on that one. So if you're trying to, film some stuff, we can make a little mini vlog or something, of your experience there. You gotta make a bet for the game just cause,
Oh no, yeah, that's gonna happen. Yeah, that's gonna happen.
Oh yeah. Then after the Thunder, they got the Timberwolves, another tough team, which I would suspect. I haven't heard much, but I'm suspecting Karl Anthony Towns got to be coming back sometime soon. I would think. He's not out for the year. Yeah, he's been hurt for a minute.
Bro, that's why I ain't heard his voice past couple months.
Remember, I forgot what it was exactly, but he got hurt and he looked like he died on the court, like the way he was acting. Then he ended up walking off, and then he hasn't been back since. I think it was his ankle or something or knee. But yeah, after Timberwolves, they got the Warriors again, March 5th. By this time, Steph might be back, so that could be a tougher game. Then they got the Grizzlies again. So that's the next 7 games. There's only 23 more games left. I think they would probably have to go at least like 14-9 to guarantee a play-in spot. It's doable, but it's gonna be hard. And then you got is AD gonna play all 23 games? Is Braun gonna be able to play all 23 games? Who knows? And it's a kind of a new team. So I'm gonna pass it to Cam first, since it's not his team, but this is his team. How do you think your Lakers do over these next 7 games? And then how, it shapes up to help them maybe make the playoffs?
So, I was like to say, they got the next, it's just 22 or 23 games left. You got LeBron coming out saying these next 22 to 23 games are the most important in his career. You talking about regular season rise. And then you got AD coming out, what was like a day ago, pretty much saying these next 22, 23 games are must-win games. So I think everybody, in that locker room, like in pretty much the mindset, we need to win right now. Like, just all these games are must-win games right now. If you look at the standings, man, 6th place. They're only 3.5 games back. right now, I know the schedule not really like looking good right now, but if you look at it right now, man, they're up on Golden State right now. I think these next 3 games right here, they'll go 2-1, but they need to get on a 8-game winning streak.
Who
And
you
I
got them
think
losing to? The Mavericks?
I got them either losing to the Mavs or Memphis. I'm thinking it's gonna be Mavs though.
Yeah, I think it'll be
But they need to go on a little streak here. I'm kind of predicting that they'll go on a streak probably March 1st, starting with OKC. After OKC, they got a 5 home game stretch right there. And that my man. This is what I'm thinking, man.
Chris is an OKC fan. If y'all don't remember,
hey, I ain't gonna lie. I already thought about it when you said place a bet. I'm placing Shea points, bro. Placing his points, bro.
Oh yeah, because he did get blocked by LeBron in the All-Star game and felt some type of way about it.
He's gonna come at him for sure.
He's gonna drop 40.
But nah, they got a 5-game stretch right here. All home games, and then after that, they're going on their away game stretch. But I think during that that homestand that they have, I think they'll go on a little run there. You know, it's a different team. I feel like the team got better. Like I said before, if they do make it, man, they're obviously not a contender, I feel like, but I feel like they're a team you have to watch out for. And their team, it could be a dangerous threat if they make the playoffs. So 3.5 games back from 6th place. They gotta, the guy going on the street, Bron said these next 22 games are the most important in his career. So I'm pretty sure he's gonna go all out. I'm pretty sure AD gonna go all out. Hopefully he don't get hurt. But I'm excited. I can't wait to see how this plays out.
Okay. And not to put you on the spot here, but I just went through the rest of the schedule. I wanted to add this because I think the clip came out yesterday or 2 days ago. Of course, they got rid of Pat Beverly, traded him to Orlando. Then he got waived by Orlando so he could go sign with a contender. He signed with the Chicago Bulls. The last or 2 of the last 3 games they play in March are a back-to-back with the Bulls at home and away. And Pat Beverly just went on his podcast the other day and said, I'm going to go hard so I can try to knock them out the playoffs. And Chicago also fighting for their playoff lives on the east side. So you think, because it'll just be right up Pat Bev Alley to just play really good for no reason at all, just because it's the Lakers. So do you think there's a possibility that the Bulls might upset the Lakers one of those games and put their playoff hopes in jeopardy? I
mean, I can definitely see it because NBA, anybody can beat anybody this year. Everything is wide open, so I can definitely see it. But I don't think so, man. Nobody worry about Pat Bev, man. Worry about Chicago.
Okay, I feel it. And then just to finish up, the Lakers, they do have a kind of tough stretch to finish the season. They got at the Jazz, at the Clippers, Suns at home, then Jazz at home. That's their final 4 games. And I'm pretty sure at least the Jazz are in the same boat. They are fighting for the last playoff spots. Clippers and Suns they're only like 5 games ahead. So they're in good standing. But if they fall off, obviously between now and then, they could be in jeopardy too. But it's going to be playoff seeding on the line those last 4 games. So like you said, they need to go on a streak like right now to kind of give themselves some cushion on the back end. But how you think the Lakers fare this next stretch of games, Chris?
I mean, I kind of agree with Cam. Honestly, what I've seen from the Lakers, they just have a hard time closing out games. Like even this game now, like we're watching it, they're up by 8. But I wouldn't be surprised if come the fourth quarter, this is a 1-point game and Golden State's probably leading. A lot of the games that they lose and they've lost this season should have been games they should have won. And that's the problem with this schedule. I look at the schedule and I'm like, think to myself, okay, Memphis may give them a hard time. Dallas give them a hard time. Phoenix give them a hard time. Like those are the teams that I'm looking at that I feel like they should lose. I mean, they could possibly lose to. But New York, Jalen Brunson is willing to go off any night. For whatever reason, they could lose to Toronto. They've beaten Orlando before. I think that was what 80's like comeback game where they beat Orlando like really bad, but it's Orlando. The Chicago stint, honestly, they could win the one at home, but they probably lose the one away. I think they'll beat Minnesota. Obviously, the Rockets, hopefully that's a given. But like that's the issue with this team is that you watch them play or you look at the roster, you're like, okay, this is an easy dub. And then for whatever reason, they can't close games. So with that in mind, like I think the home stretch, they could definitely get most of their dubs in. I think they possibly could drop one to Memphis just because. Um, the record they need to make the playoff is definitely doable. It's just it's on their timing. Is if they want to be able to close out games, and obviously if AD's going to play, because LeBron clearly can't do it by himself.
Yeah, I mean, like the Warriors who they're playing right now, the Warriors currently sit at the 9th seed, and they're 2 games ahead of them. So this is a crucial game. Like this is a must-win game. This is playoff basketball essentially right now, even though we're still in the regular season. But they have to win this game. That way, if it does come down to like them and the Warriors maybe in the tiebreaker, they'll have this game added that they beat them. But yeah, I think they can fare well. I know it's just going to be really hard because this team is essentially brand new. They only have 23 games to gel together. So even if they do put something together, do I have an echo? Or
No,
oh, I guess I just hear something else then. But even if they do put something together, I know it's going to be hard to like put something real and be contenders in the playoffs because they don't have that much chemistry with each other yet. But maybe somehow, some way, LeBron can really snap back into that 0 dark 30 mode if they do make it and AD stays healthy. Really, that's what it is for me. Can AD play these last 23 games? Because if he
That's all it
misses
is.
even one of these games, it's in deep jeopardy. They need AD to be healthy. They need LeBron to be healthy because even he's kind of got an injury bug as he's gotten older these last couple seasons. But
Yeah.
I think they can win tonight. Dallas is going to be a really tough game in Dallas. I don't know what answers they have for Luka and Kyrie as far as their guards go, but that's a game where AD needs to be AD and take the torch, and because the Dallas doesn't have a big that can stop him, so he needs to have 35 that game, and they need to find a way to win that one. The Grizzlies. I mean, I think they can beat the Grizzlies, especially the way the Grizzlies are playing right now. But I mean, hey, Josh said he fine in the West, so who knows?
Who knows?
But I think they have the roster to beat the Grizzlies right now with the trades they made. Thunder, they've been playing hard, and they're actually in playoff contention too.
Yep.
So on paper, the Lakers should be able to win, but I know that's going to be a tough one.
That's how it's been all season, though. That's
Yeah,
what I'm
the
saying.
Thunder
On paper,
just going to make it close. They just compete, and they ain't got nothing to lose. They playing with house money, basically. But Timberwolves, they should be able to dub. Then they got the Warriors again. I think if they come out this 7-game stretch at 6-1, 5-2, they'll be good. But if it's 4-3, or God forbid 3-4, or even worse, then it's like, this really in jeopardy, and no telling what happens in the offseason if they don't make the playoffs. I know we've heard rumors already that apparently AD might want to go to Dallas. Yeah, that would be a crazy victory with him, Luka, and Kyrie if they
but
are.
y'all was joking earlier about LeBron in Dallas.
Well, I was saying I could see that if he fed up with the Lakers, but then that report came out that AD apparently like that. Shoot, watch them both go there randomly. I don't know how they would pay for that. I'm not gonna lie, but
I feel like
Mark
Luka had to leave, bro.
I mean, shoot, it's gonna have to be a team like that if they want to compete with the Suns next year. I don't know about this year because again, they got the same issue I feel like with chemistry. But next year the Suns are gonna be right there with KD and Booker.
When is KD coming back?
I think he's coming back this week.
Yeah, that's what Windhorse said.
Yeah, he started
Probably like
practicing and everything.
Friday, I think.
I think he's supposed to play one of their next games. So we gonna see KD in the Suns uniform very soon, withholding any setbacks that he has. So that could be tough. But yeah, I think the Lakers, they need to go 5-2, 6-1. And like I said, they probably need to finish 14-9 or like 15-8 to be on the safe side. And I think they'll be in the play-in at the very least. If they want to
It's
make the
definitely
playoffs
doable.
as a seed without the play-in, I think they need to go like maybe 17-6. They do have 23 games left, including the one tonight. So that's they currently 27-32, 13th place in the West. But like you said, they're only 3.5 games back of like sixth place because all the teams are like that close. This year's it's really crazy until everybody made these trades at the deadline where it really changed things up. But it was really wide open. It's still wide open, but now it's like we kind of got super team in the Suns, got a super not a super team with the Nuggets, but they the best team, but they could easily be knocked off by one of these teams that are better. Russell Westbrook, it's confirmed now he's signed with the Clippers, and I think they said they plan to start him. And I think Tyronn Lue, it was reported he even said like, "Oh, this gonna be the triple double Westbrook. That's the one we want with the ball in his hands." I don't know how that's gonna work for him, but hey,
I ain't gonna lie. I think
maybe
it'll
he
work,
just
bro.
needed a coach who has some confidence in him. Maybe that's what he's been missing this whole time to get
It's
back
not
to
like
Russ.
it's not like Kawhi and PG ball dominant. They don't even like PG playing PG.
Yeah, so who knows? Who knows?
Yeah, I remember preseason I said Bucks and Clips, bro. I said it in the chat. I said it. I said it. I said it. I'm
Hey,
just
we'll
making sure.
see. I mean, Giannis is hurt, and like he sprained the shooting wrist. That don't heal. He gonna come back and play, but it's not gonna be 100% for the rest of the season. So
You know Giannis don't care, bro. He gonna give 100%.
I know. Because I started to think like when he suited up and started the All-Star game, he was about to go hard. I was like, nah, bro, you need to sit down. Luckily he did. But he still
Yeah.
did get in there and
Got a
dunk the
bucket.
basketball
Yeah.
and then went and sat on the bench for the rest of the game. I was like, why did you even do that? He can't
Because
not
he
give
has
us
to.
100%. So
He has to, bro.
but
Dunk it with his feet.
but that's that was the second topic. Third and final topic for this episode, man.
Get my list out.
And we kind of been hitting at it where we were going with the last conversation. But this year, it's a lot of players that if they were able to pull off, championship run, win the title, it would do a lot for their legacy. And you know what the general population and social media thinks of them as a player. So we're gonna do our top 5 players who need to win a championship this year the most. We're gonna start at 5 and work our way up to 1. Do y'all want to go first? Want me to go first? Who want to go first?
So my bottom, like my 5, I put it's crazy because when I made this list, it was just like importance. But no, okay, so 5, I'm gonna say the Clippers. I'm gonna say the Clippers because obviously PG, he playoff P, we know playoff P. But also I feel like that organization, bro, like they get so close all the time. And I know that owner is stressed out. Like, yeah, we watch him on the sidelines. I know he's stressed out. That organization needs a dub. So I didn't pick a player for that one. I just said the Clippers in general, just because they changed around so much. And you don't really have to say Kawhi because he got his rings. So I guess you could say PG. And you can kind of say Russ now. Now that they got Russ, though, that's why I said the Clippers in general, because like it's the organization. So the Clippers legacy.
Yeah, if they were able to pull a championship off with Russell Westbrook and PG-13, a lot of people would have to be apologizing on social media for all the takes they've given over the years about those two. So, and I don't think anybody would be more excited than Skip Bayless to see that happen, even though he's completely hopped off their bandwagon, especially now that they signed Russell Westbrook. But if they win it, he gonna act like he never did that.
Oh yeah,
do it.
This is my turn. I told you.
What did we do? He'd be like,
LA is Kawhi's town.
Be breathing. No, what do you think? What do you think, Skip?
I'm gonna tell you why. Kawhi is just a little bit better than LeBron James. I'm gonna tell you why. I think Patrick Mahomes did not deserve to win Super Bowl. Just shut up. Okay,
That's funny.
but I'll go next. My 5 is Kevin Durant, and he really don't gotta win it for me because at this point I've accepted Kevin Durant for who he is. He do him, he chill. That's it. Easy money sniper. And he made it clear he wants to play with other superstars if he's gonna play basketball. He don't want to be the guy that has the carry. And he, even though he went to the Warriors super team, he was the catalyst that made them win those 2 finals they did, and he got 2 finals MVP because he was the one carrying. So he don't necessarily have to win, but just the fact that he went to Phoenix, I feel like you kind of he got to at least make the conference finals, maybe the finals, for us to be like, man, this was a complete waste. Even though the owner said this wasn't a trade just for let's get a championship now. This is a trade let's try to get a championship every year moving forward. So they obviously got a lot to build on next year when they get a full offseason to be together. But this year still, CP3, Devin Booker, KD, DeAndre Ayton. The Phoenix Suns were in the NBA Finals 2 seasons ago, and now you add Kevin Durant to that. You got to do something. So I feel like it would not necessarily boost his legacy, but it would certainly help it a little bit if he was able to win another championship this year, especially getting traded with 20-some games left, bouncing back off injury. And there'll still be a crowd of people, that say oh, well, he still didn't do it by himself. But to come to a completely new team, like I just said, and win a championship, that'd be pretty crazy. And especially if he's still the best player, even though they got Devin Booker, he's still going to be the best player. So I think he could prove a lot if he was able to win a championship this year. That's my 5, Kevin Durant.
That's nice. He's definitely in my, in my 5, but we'll definitely get there. At my 5, man, I got an owner slash organization. I got Mark Cuban and the Dallas Mavericks. They went out and got Kyrie. They finally got Luka some help. Their problem is, they haven't been able to keep their help, their second guy for Luka to have somebody like a sidekick or whatever. I think not necessarily it's a must-win year for them, but if he wants to keep Luka happy and keep everything sweet and safe and stuff like that, I feel like they have to at least make it there or win it or whatever. So like I said, you got Kyrie, you finally got some help now. The last thing you want, I feel like, is a mad superstar. That's the last thing any owner wants, any franchise or organization wants is a pissed off superstar. So I think if they win, hopefully Kyrie comes back, or if they get close to winning, hopefully Kyrie comes back. Who knows what Kyrie really does? But if they do win, I feel like it'll satisfy Luka, a little bit more. He'll sign a whatever type of contract. You want him to sign probably a fat contract, whatever.
He'll probably get the biggest contract in NBA history, low key.
For sure. So yeah, like I said, if they win now rather than later, it'll save them more years with Luka not being as mad as them for not bringing help in or for them not winning, because obviously Luka wants to win. Luka wants to win in NBA. He wants to win at the highest level, or one of the highest levels. So yeah, that's my 5, Mark Cuban and the Dallas Mavericks organization.
That's a good one, because it's been a while for them, for real.
Yes,
they got Luka and everything changed, but before that, yeah, I can't remember.
And it kind of sucks because I mean, like they did make the Western Conference Finals with Luca and just everybody else. I know Jalen Brunson was hooping earlier in the playoffs. He did help them win that Jazz series, but as far as carrying them, like the Phoenix series, it was Luca terrorizing the Suns and getting them to the Western Conference Finals. So anything less than that is kind of a failure. And then even getting back there and losing is kind of like, dang, we still in the same place. That's kind of
Right.
tough. But I didn't have them on my list. I
Yeah,
don't
me
know.
neither.
I feel like Kyrie and Luca, I feel like they got the potential to win because they're just so talented on the offensive end. But I still feel like their bench really isn't deep enough and they don't have enough defense. So I'm not taking it too serious if they lose. They still need to add better pieces around them now. But if they are able to keep Kyrie, I think they'll be good for the future going forward. But I'm not mad at that. I can see where you're coming from with Dallas. Um, I'll go first for number 4. Number 4, I got Jason Tatum because last year, granted, it was his first finals, and he just so happened to run into the Dynasty Warriors. But he had a turnover problem, of course. He didn't shoot well. I get 4 out of the 7 games. He would have a good game off the next, have a good game off the next, so on and so forth. They lose the series, of course. Come back this year. The Celtics, I think, are currently a half game ahead of the Bucks for first place in the East. He's been damn near averaging 30, if not averaging 30, I think, this year. He's been having a great season. If he's able to get the Celtics back to the finals, especially now that the Nets are no longer the threat they once were, it's really just the Bucks that are in the way, possibly. And I think they can beat them in a 7-game series. If he's able to get back to the finals, second year in a row, lead them to finals, win a finals MVP, it's like I think he would solidify himself as a superstar, even though us three, from conversations we have, we probably all agree that he's already superstar. I feel like Tatum still doesn't get that kind of recognition on a broad level for the NBA. Like when you think of the faces of the league, it's still Luca, LeBron, Giannis, Steph, Joel Embiid, Jokic, but I think people look at Tatum like he's just the tier right below them, even though he's the best player on one of the best teams right now. And he kind of fell out of the MVP race discussion. But I think if he wins the title, it kind of puts all that to bed. And if he plays really well, he low-key gets to walk around with the throne of best player for their whole offseason. Because that's kind of how it really is always went. The best player on the best team who wins the NBA Finals usually gets to say they're the best player in the league for at least the next year. So if he's able to ball out and do that and win a ship, throne is his because he's a young superstar.
Yeah. No, I got JT at 4 too. I really only had him low because kind of everything you just said, including them, just that team in general. I feel like they're still young, so I'm not really pressing hard for them to like. I don't think it's a big deal. But if they do make it to the finals, then it's like, all right, that's 2 years in a row now. I hope you do something with this one. So yeah, I don't think it's that's like if they don't make it to the finals, I'm not gonna like really hate them for it. But if they do make it to the finals, then it's like, all right, now instead of number 4, now you're number 1. Now you're my number 1. So now everything you just said basically is why I had them at 4 as well.
If they, it depends on how they lose to. Like if they lose to 7 to like lose in 7 to Milwaukee in the Eastern Conference Finals, not necessarily mad at that because that's a
Yeah,
dog fight. But if
yeah,
they lose in like 5 or 6,
5 or
maybe,
6,
then
yeah.
it's like, this was kind of a failure of a year. I mean, realistically, if you don't win the championship, it's a failure of a year to just keep it a buck. But it like with their
To
team and the
lose in the
East being
same
so
fashion,
weak, yeah,
yeah.
they definitely got to make it back to the finals this year, especially because no telling what offseason moves will occur next year. The NBA is so wild now. But this is like a prime time year where competition is extremely weak now. All you have is one true contender who's probably going to be on the other side of the bracket, and y'all will meet each other at the top, see who can represent the East in the finals. So, what about you, Cam? Who you got up for?
I'll say I did have Tatum and the Celtics in my top 5 or whatever, but I took him out because I feel like they're still young, so they don't necessarily need to win right now. Because I mean, like Tatum's very, very young, Brown's still young, so I think obviously, I feel like they should stay together, but yeah, they should stay together, and they can win like in a year or two, and they still will be fine and still be very young. But who I got at 4, I got I got 2 players, but I put them as one. I got Embiid and James Harden. Um, why I got them is because this might be the last run for them. I feel like because I think James Harden is already in his mind. He's already going back to the Houston Rockets from what reports I've been saying. You know, it looks like he's headed back to Houston, and Houston wants him back. It'll be a great fit, I feel like, for Houston and Jalen Green's development.
Especially if you get Wemby.
Definitely if you get Wemby,
Come on,
that'll
man.
be
Tank for
for
Wemby.
sure. That'll be tough. With all those guys over there. But yeah, I think the 76ers, man, this is one of the most must-win games. I mean, must-win seasons for them. Like you said, the East is kind of weak right now. Embiid, he's supposed to have been having these MVP seasons, and they haven't been giving it to him for whatever reason you want to say. But it's time for them to show that they can win. It's time for Embiid to show that he's one of one. It doesn't matter if he's running out other stars and coaches that's playing with him or coaching with him. Yeah, I think it's 76ers. I think it's a must win for them. So that's what I got it for.
Okay. Well, I got them. So for my 3, I got a 3A and a 3B. And it's however you want to put them. But one of them is Embiid and Harden, and then the other one is PG-13 and Kawhi. I get it. Kawhi has 2 chips, but the first one, even though he got Finals MVP, I just feel like when you get Finals MVP and you face LeBron, it's because you were the one guarding him, so they give you more credit than you really deserve. But he was playing on a superstar team, Spurs. Like that was the end of the Spurs dynasty right before they fell off, and he got to play with 3 future Hall of Famers and TP, Ginobili, and Duncan, and he won Finals MVP. But then the Raptors one, I'll give him more credit, but still on that one, he doesn't win that if the Warriors are healthy and KD doesn't tear his Achilles. So, but hey, he got 2 rings, so he technically doesn't need to win. But when they made the trade for him to come to LA, all the talk was, whose town is it? LeBron, Kawhi.
Yeah.
Say what you want to about the bubble, but I think people who say the bubble championship is an asterisk championship are stupid as hell because it's an NBA championship and that's the purest form of basketball we ever gonna see. There's literally no home court advantage. It's just pure hoop skills versus hoop skills. Who won it more? Who more mentally tough in there? Lakers won it. They got a chip. Regardless of if, they don't do anything the rest of this, tenure with LeBron and AD, they at least got a championship. The Clippers don't get a championship with all the moves they done made these last couple years. They traded away all their young pieces to get PG-13, Kawhi, got Tyronn Lue, an NBA championship head coach, and they still don't get a championship. It's like, it was a waste. They literally took all their draft picks. They had SGA at one point, traded him away for PG-13, and they don't have anything to show for it. So they need to win this year, or who knows? They might blow it all up. I think they also need to win because to start off the year, Kawhi and PG they're like the 2 poster boys for load management. If you're gonna load manage, you better be able to perform in the playoffs and win. Because if not, what was the point of load managing? Since that's also a big argument nowadays. And then on the flip side, with Embiid and Harden, like Kim saying, this is probably their last hoorah. Embiid has never made it to conference finals, crazy enough. Hopefully he stays healthy. It seems like every year he gets to the playoffs, he gets injured somehow, some way that hinders him. James Harden, we We obviously know, his history with the playoffs. The East is weak. They're probably the third best team now for sure in the East. If they can pull an upset versus Milwaukee or Boston and make it to the finals, that would add even more to the legacy if they would go on to win it. But if they can make it out the East, I think that would be good enough for Embiid and Harden. Because I don't know if they would have the talent to beat whoever comes out of the West. But yeah, they definitely need to at least make it to the conference finals this year. But I don't know if they will because they're going to either have to play Boston or have to play Milwaukee to get there. And as of right now, I don't see them beating them, which sucks. But it would definitely take another blow to Harden and Embiid's legacy. So for those reasons, I got them 3A, 3B, whichever one you want to throw first. But both them need to make it to the finals. Doc Rivers too. I forgot to mention him, but also him. He's hasn't done anything since that '08 finals with the Celtics.
Literally,
Facts,
bro.
bro. He been
Literally.
living off
He
that,
been
bro.
living off that
Yeah.
forever. He's got some of the worst playoff chokes ever.
Bro, he's oh my god. Overrated, my opinion.
Yeah. So that's who I got at my 3. What about you, Cam? You go next on this one.
All right, who I got at 3? I got the other LA team. I got LeBron James, specifically. I got AD. I got the Los Angeles Lakers. I feel like this is one of the most, maybe not one of the most, probably like number 3 for LeBron, like most must-win season, like in his career. I feel like, if you go to the Lakers, you can't just win just one championship.
Mm.
You have to get at least multiple to even be considered as a Lakers great. And I think LeBron knows that. I think AD knows that. Like I said, this team got, a little bit more better. I feel like this will help LeBron's legacy much more. I feel like this helped AD's legacy for sure much more. He can, get talks of being in that top 3, top 5 best power forwards ever, potentially. If LeBron gets this one, he'll be at 5. I know for sure if he gets to 5, he's for sure gonna be pushing to get 6. For sure, gonna push to get 6. So that's what I got at 3, man. I got the Los Angeles Lakers. I got LeBron. I got AD. Must win season. So,
I mean, if the trade with KD doesn't happen, I would be in the mind frame where, trades they made, they need to win. But once the trade with KD happened, I was like, I'm not gonna put no stock in them. Like, I'm not forcing it where, like, if they don't make the finals, especially the way this whole year is going,
Yeah.
I don't feel no type of way. Like, I feel like LeBron legacy is set. Now, it could hinder AD depending on how he plays, I feel like. But for Bron, he got nothing to lose, only something to gain. Like, he don't have to prove anything. Like, he shouldn't have to carry a bad team at this point in his career. Man is 38 years old. So, well, I'm not mad.
And even if he pushes them to the playoffs, I feel like that, even if it's just the playoffs, I feel like that helps his legacy.
bro,
they can't go in there and get
right
sweat.
Y'all know Lakers fans, bro, they're gonna be whining like, oh, he ain't a Lakers legend just because he ain't win multiple rings.
It's like, but now this time, like where we are right now, February 23rd, the Lakers are not making the playoffs. So it's like if you look down from now 2 months now, at the end of the season, they're in the playoffs, and he's played, let's say, like 85% of those games, and he's still averaging what he's averaging. You can't be upset at LeBron because he's been averaging what he's been averaging all season. Like, Father Time is not caught up. So I wouldn't hinder them if they didn't win the finals. But if they made the playoffs, though, it would just make his legacy even greater, I feel like, because he just brought a sorry team to the playoffs.
Yeah. Who you got at 3?
Oh, I got so the person I got at 3, I got them at 3, but I got them at 3 because I feel like nobody really cares if they get a championship. But I think they need to get one this year, and it's Nikolai Jokic in the Nuggets. I was going to say a bad word, but the Nut, bro, they lead in the West. Jokic is 2-time MVP, but he don't got no chips. Like the Nuggets, for whatever reason, they cannot perform in the playoffs. I think they need like this is the season right here. You're the best in the West, right? This is the season where your 2-time MVP, along with his sidekick Jamal Murray, if he ever get back to the Jamal Murray we knew and saw in the bubble, this is the year that they should win a chip. I got them at 3.
Okay. I'm not mad at that. I got them 2, just higher. Or him.
Oh, okay. But it's just like nobody. It's like nobody. I don't feel like anybody criticizes Jokic for not.
Oh, I am.
Chill, bro.
Don't worry. I'm gonna get to it. Don't worry. Yeah, Kim, I got something to say about Jokic. But who you got at 2, Chris? Who you got at 2?
So at 2, I got Harden and Embiid,
Okay.
and it's basically everything that y'all said. Just like with Embiid, I feel like that trust the process. Literally, I was taking a shower last night, and I was thinking to myself because I was gonna tweet. I was gonna be like, "Do y'all still trust the process?" Like just randomly in my head, I was gonna tweet that because the process ain't been working, bro. Like they make the playoffs and they don't do nothing with it. And now Harden is there and he team hopped, right? And we see how he performed in the playoffs. So, like, I mean, basically, I'm finna reiterate everything y'all are saying. But like y'all said, it's their last stint. If they gonna win in Philadelphia, it has to be this year because chances are that team's gonna fall apart if Harden leaves.
That's fair. That's fair. What about you, Kim?
I don't say the 76ers, they remind me of like the Saints, like in the playoffs. They just lose like in the most craziest way ever. And it's just wild. But who I got that too, man. I got Jokic, man. I got Jokic and I got Denver. Jokic, you about to be back-to-back MVPs. You arguably top 5 player in the league. You could arguably go down as one of the greatest centers of all time. This is a must-win year, man. If you want to be a back-to-back MVP and you want to show us how great you are, it's time to win, and it's time to win at the highest level. And it's time to win a chip. The Nuggets, they've been one of the best teams throughout these past couple of years, and nothing to show for it.
Nothing to show for it.
Nothing to show for it at all. And it's not like they don't have a good team, a good roster. The roster is there. So it's like, what is it? Like, is it really you? Is it really you, or is it really, coaching? Or is it really like the role players not stepping up, or the sidekick not really stepping up? I got them in number 2, man. It's time for them to win. It's time for Jokic to win. It's time for him to show us, why he won the greatest centers of all time. It's simple as that. So,
how old is he?
Well, he's probably like what?
Late 20s.
Late 20s. Yeah.
He pushing 30?
I think so.
Yeah.
Y'all think he would ever leave Denver?
Probably not.
I don't see it yet.
I can't see him the type to be a one to force a trade.
I don't even see him. I don't see him any other team.
Yeah, no. But I mean, Denver's put all the pieces they need around him. So, my 2, I got CP3. Is literally now or never. I feel like if they don't win the title this year, I don't know if they'll actually pull the trigger and do it, but it's going to be a lot of talk in the offseason about potential CP3 trade rumors because it's like he's not getting any younger. He's not going to be playing full seasons anymore. He missed, I think, like the first 20 or so games this year or at the beginning of the season with whatever injury. He might mess around and get injured again in this year's playoffs, God forbid. They went and got Kevin Durant. If they're not able to win with him, Kevin Durant, Booker, and Ayton, it's going to be like, well, we just signed Ayton to a deal. Booker's already on contract, and we got KD now. We're not getting rid of them. We're about to go get a younger, faster point guard. And CP3's legacy will forever be tarnished because literally the only thing he's missing is a championship. And now he has the best team he's ever had to be able to do it. If you don't win this year, when are you gonna win? Like, we're forever gonna remember CP3 as the biggest choke artist, and he'll be this generation's Charles Barkley, essentially, where like you'll look back and be like, man, was he one of the greatest point guards of all time? Yes, realistically speaking, if you watched him play and look at the stats, he really was probably top 3 point guards of all time. But does he have anything to show for it? No. And that's going to hurt him when it comes down to, 20, 30 years down the road. And our kids are talking about greatest point guards. And they're going to be like, well, Steph Curry was the best point guard of all time. Because why? Because he got 4 rings and he shot threes. Ain't nobody going to know about CP3 anymore. Like John Stockton really still only lives on because he holds all the records, and they're damn near unbeatable,
unbreakable.
But he didn't win anything, so we don't talk about him as much. CP3 not gonna get those records, and he won't have the rings if he don't win. So what are we gonna talk about with CP3? His chokes. That's it. So he got to win. He got to win. And if they don't, I think he might be gone from Phoenix in this offseason. I don't know who would trade for him now at this point, but I think Phoenix might be trying to get rid of him so they can get younger and put who they need around. Because, if you can't get it done, I don't think their owner's going to sit there and be like, dang, let's run it back. I think the owner will be like, well, we got D-Book and Kevin Durant. We can essentially go find someone who could just create, and we'll be good still. And they'll be younger, probably healthier, not as injury prone. And you can go from there. So CP3, man, is now or never. I was rooting for you when you was on my Rockets. I was rooting for you when you were up 2-0 on the Bucks and choked that series. Better not choke no series this year, especially with that roster. Or, man, I already said after the finals in 21, I'd given up on him completely. But with this trade, this really his last opportunity, I feel like. So he better get it together. But that's my 2. And now we're down to the number 1 player who would prove the most with a championship win. I'll pass it to Cam first. Who you got?
I got KD, man. I got KD. He won with Steph, obviously. That's the only time he's won is whenever he was with, arguably the greatest team of all time. He won twice with them. It's time to get out of Steph's shadow. It's been time to get out of Steph's shadow, and he's staying there. He stayed there. It's time to win this year. You got D-Book over there. You got Chris Paul over there. You got Aiden over there. KD back being KD. He's playing at a high level this year. It's time for him to win. The Brooklyn project, it failed horrifically. It was terrible. KD, it's time for you to show us why you one of the greatest players of all time and why you should be, in that conversation. It's time to get out of Steph's shadow, man. It's time to not necessarily win on your own, but win with somebody else other than Steph. Because that's all you do. You want to be known for you only won your rings because of Steph? Because some people already think that you don't even have no rings because you did what you did. Yeah, you did what you did and ran over to the team that beat you.
Mm-hmm.
But now you can't win without them. So it's basically looking like you needed them, and they won without you. So it looks better. It looks better on them than it looks on you. It looks very bad on KD right now. So I think he's at the top of the list. He has to be must win right now. He's playing at the top of his game right now. So going with KD.
Not mad at it. Chris, who's your number 1? KD?
CP3, KD, and Booker in that order. Yeah. In terms of CP3, kind of like what you just said about KD with having CP3. With CP3, you got KD there, you got Book there, you got Aiden there. CP3's on a team where it's not like he was on when he was on the Rockets, where him and James Harden, the offense is just kind of them two mostly, and they're facilitating. He can literally just facilitate the whole game. He can get 12 assists and like 7 points, and they'll win the game by like 15 with those guys he got on the court. Like Bryce said, if you don't win this year, when are you going to win? Because we see the decline. Like, you are getting older. honestly, we thought last year was your last year, and you came back, and you're not even playing most of your games. Book for me, I feel like, and I put him last, obviously, because he's younger. But it's kind of the same idea. Is like you are on a super team now. You're that team's. I mean, before the KD trade, I don't know what they're going to do with their game plan now, but you're that team's primary scorer. You're the guy that they want to get the open shots to. You have the green light. You drop 70 in the game. It's your time to go get a ring. It's a super team. The West is wide open. And then with KD, basically the same thing Cam just said. Like, yeah, it's time for him to get his win. This obviously isn't a super team like it was with the Warriors, right? Like, we got a declining CP3 and we can say not a developing D book, but he not KD, right? So this is the team where I feel like KD could join it, and when they get to that chip, he'll get respect for getting that chip rather than like, oh, you got carried. It's not like he went like Cam just said. It's not like you left the greatest team in the state to go to a team in the Bay Area. So yeah, in that order.
Okay.
Man, who you got number one?
Yeah,
Jokic. Come on, man.
Oh.
Come on. When if the Denver Nuggets do not make it to the NBA Finals, they don't even have to win. If they don't make it to the NBA Finals this year, Jokic deserves all of the slander in the world. I've never seen somebody skate so much from criticism, and I don't know why. Why is it that Jokic is not held to the same standards we put on Harden, we put on KD, we put on LeBron, we put on Embiid, we put on Kyrie? Like, this man is finna win 3 MVPs back to back to back.
Yeah, that's crazy.
All the people in NBA history who have 3 MVPs, you know how many championships they have combined together? 38. And if you take away, that means they're averaging 4.5 championships between all of them. If you take away Bill Russell, since he has 11, they're still averaging 4 between each of them. Jokic is about to join that level and class of players. And he hasn't been to the Western Conference Finals but one time. And he's the best player on the best team. They have all the pieces they need. People keep saying, oh, this might be the best and most efficient center we've ever seen. And he's getting triple-double. He's averaging a triple-double this year. This year is honestly the best MVP season that he's had, better than the last 2 seasons. I think Embiid should have won last year, but they gave it to him. So now if he wins a third one and he does not make it to the NBA Finals, we need to talk about him being the biggest playoff choker, not James Harden, who we grilled for losing to the Warriors, who are a dynasty. We literally grilled James Harden to this day saying, bro, you can't play in the playoffs. And he got 1 MVP. Jokic is going to have 3 of them. If he does not win, we have to slander this man. It's no questions, no debates. I'm not taking any excuses, Cam. If they get in the playoffs and they start cooking this man on the pick and roll, there's no excuses. He got the best team in the Western Conference this year, and he's the best player in the league right now. Because I think he's like negative 300 odd favorite to win the MVP as of right now today. We have to slander him if they don't make it to the NBA Finals. I do not care.
Bro, they ahead 6 games.
And if they don't even make it to the conference finals and lose before then, oh my God. Woo!
First round exit? Yeah.
He better be the front headline on every sports show for the next 2 months. They better still be talking about how bad he is during the NBA Finals. They better bring it up in the game, man. If Jokic was really good, he would be. See, gotta be hot. No, they should be talking about he should be there. There's no excuse, bro. There's no excuse. We talking about a two-back MVP. And you ain't made the NBA Finals 1 year out of those 3? Come on, man. Come on. Jokic deserves slander, and I can't wait. I'm praying on his downfall. I'm not going to lie to you. I can't wait to slander
That's
him
crazy.
because they're not
Crazy
going to
part
the
is-
finals.
Crazy part is they're not making it to the finals, bro. That's the sad part. Like we already know that we're gonna come back to this conversation. We're gonna know, like,
But we don't know that because the NBA is so wide open. I promise to God, anybody can.
It
make
is wide open, which is why I'm
but the
saying they
Nuggets
better
in
make
the playoffs.
Bro, anybody, bro, I promise you, anybody. Bro, the AC right now is the Pelicans. We had the
I know.
Pelicans so high up, and look how.
Yeah, but
look what they
who the
doing.
9th seed though?
But that's
Who the
because
9th seed?
Zion's out, obviously.
Well, the 9th seed is Golden State Warriors. That
Right.
is crazy. The NBA is wide open.
In a 7-game series, who winning, the Warriors or the Nuggets?
That's what I'm saying. Okay, so yeah, that's what I'm saying. It'll probably be the Warriors. I know because the NBA is so balanced now. So I can't.
You did not just say that because you've been saying all year the Nuggets
You
can
said the
beat
Nuggets.
them.
Yeah, you said the Nuggets is better.
No, okay, yeah, I know I said that, but what I'm saying is the NBA is so balanced, like it's so wide open, anybody can beat anybody. Like I wouldn't be surprised if the Warriors beat the Nuggets, but
Well,
I
no,
also
you shouldn't
wouldn't
be surprised because they are better than them in the playoffs.
Okay, yeah, in the playoffs, but
not
they are
this year. They're not the better team,
Yeah,
and they
they're not
don't
the better-
have the MVP, the 3-time back-to-back MVP. If they play the Warriors and lose, Jokic needs to be ridiculed all the way until next season and all the way
but
through
y'all
that
just
season.
That's why.
But
I
hold
asked.
on, but isn't the Warriors y'all NBA Finals team? So if they lose to the NBA, if y'all NBA Finals team,
I'm not gonna lie. Since Steph got injured, I don't have them winning no more because I don't think they're gonna be able to play without
Here y'all
him.
go.
I
I'm-
don't agree with that. I don't agree with that. I don't agree
Y'all
with that. I
said
don't
once
agree with that.
y'all said once they make the playoffs, it's a Warriors invitation.
I don't know if they're
Invitation.
gonna be
So
able to
keep-
make it.
So
I
keep that
think they'll
same
make the
energy.
playoffs. I think they'll make the
Keep
playoffs.
that- keep
I
that
really
same
don't.
energy.
If they do, I have faith in them winning. I'm saying I don't know if they're gonna make it because I don't know when Steph is
They
coming
better
back.
make it because if they don't
They
make
on
it,
the brink.
it's gonna be
They on the
some
brink of
problem.
missing, and Steph not coming back anytime soon.
Yeah, nah, that's tough.
So I don't know if they're gonna make it. But I'm saying, regardless, if they do play, even though I might think in my heart of hearts the Warriors will win, the Nuggets better win that series if Jokic is the MVP.
Yeah, they got.
Because who do the Warriors
That's why
have
I
that can
asked
stop
earlier.
him?
That's why I asked earlier. Do y'all
Draymond.
see him going anywhere else?
And he
'Cause
got
if
all the
gets-
shooters he
Dray-
needs to
Draymond
compete
can
with
play
the
with him.
Warriors.
Draymond can play with him.
He can play with him, but it's still Jokic is the 3-time MVP. He better have an MVP performance and put the team on his back, Greg Jennings style, or Marshall, whatever you want to call it. Like he better go crazy and beat them. If he
Bro.
play the Suns, he better beat them. He better cook
No,
Ayton.
come on.
See,
Yes.
but that's the
No,
but
don't
I'm
get
saying,
no
that's why I
The
excuse.
asked-
Suns, no, the Suns.
That's
OP,
why I
though.
asked
You can't
earlier,
do
do
that
y'all
now.
The
see
Suns
the-
will have
OP.
played 20. They will have played
Who-
20 games together.
Who gonna hold KD? Who cares? Who gonna hold KD?
Figure
Name
it
one player.
out.
No, you can't just say figure it out.
Who
Name
gonna guard Jokic and Gordon on the Suns?
Yeah, somebody can guard them.
No.
KD is quick enough to be on Jokic. Aiden is quick enough to be on Jokic. Jokic gonna sit there and just pass the ball around.
When
That's
did
all
we
he gonna-
ever given this much leeway to 3-time MVP?
Okay, but also you brought up Harden, bro. It's context around that, bro. He's literally a choker. He's literally a playoff choker.
What is Jokic? He hasn't won either.
Man,
But you gotta think about it though, Cam.
This man
Look
Harden
at,
way
look
like,
at where Harden is choking though. He's choking in the Western Conference Finals.
He
which is the
literally
worst. I'd rather
Huh?
lose.
Wait,
Don't do that. Don't do that.
Wait,
No,
Don't do that.
You
No,
can't say
because
that.
that's the
Hold on,
LeBron
hold on.
argument.
Nah,
You would
that's-
rather
that's-
lose in the
I'd
first
rather
round
get
than the
blown
finals.
up and lose my one.
Yes, for sure.
Nah, hell no, bro. A L is an L, bro. A L is an
No,
L.
stop it.
A L
Stop
is an L,
it.
bro.
But not even the finals though. The conference finals, like you wouldn't want to have that feeling like linger the next season, knowing that you
You
lost.
rather lose in
like-
the first
like you-
round.
Yes, because at that point, because look, at that point you knew you had no choice. You had no chance. You knew you
Bro.
had no chance if you lost in the first
There's
round.
no excuse,
but
bro. There's no
but
excuse.
no, okay.
And I ain't
but
gonna
look-
lie. If I'm the Nuggets and we don't make it to the West Conference Finals this year,
But
I'm-
look,
that's why I asked her earlier, do y'all see him any other team? Because there's no way the Nuggets have a losing season again, or not a losing season, but they lose in the playoffs and they keep him, bro.
But, bro,
there's no way.
But bro, it's easy making it to the first round rather than making it to the West Conference Finals. It's hard making it to the West Conference Finals.
It
You're the
is.
best team.
You're the best team with the MVP. You better find a way there.
If that was the Warriors, no, hold on. If that was the Warriors right there, 42-18, you would be saying otherwise.
Okay,
you would be saying they need to make it to where they going.
Yeah, for sure. But we seen this in the past. Just because you have the best record, that doesn't necessarily mean you need to win every game in the playoffs. That doesn't mean you're the best team.
You got the back-to-back to possibly back MVP though.
Yes, but we seen it with like back in the day, like in the East, when Miami Heat was there and they had the Chicago Bulls. Chicago Bulls was number 1 seed or whatever, and they had Derrick Rose. Obviously, everybody knew the Chicago Bulls wasn't the better team than the Miami Heat. We knew that. when
but that's
Miami
different because that's LeBron in his prime. You facing a beat up Warriors team who ain't won anything all season long.
Suns team better.
They only that Suns team is probably better. The Suns and the Clippers, I feel like.
The Suns, I feel like, even though
the Mavs, like even the Kings are good this year.
Bro, the Mavs, bro. Why did I see a graphic that had Christian Wood as a possible 6th man of the year?
Christian Wood, nice.
Even hooping when he hurt, I think right now.
He won't win 6 man. It'll be Russ. I feel like if he
Christian Wood, 6 man, Kyrie, and Luka finna stop the best team in the West.
No. They might be able to outscore them.
I mean, who's guarding Luka?
You just give Jokic excuses, bro. This man,
it's not even really giving excuses. It's like you gotta look at the context, man.
Jokic has the best team he's ever had around him up until this point of his career. He's about to win his 3rd MVP, which just so happens to be his 3rd one in a row. They're number 1 in the West, which means they're gonna have home court advantage throughout the playoffs. The super teams that they might have to face, they have the benefit. They've been playing together all year. The Suns just formed. They're not going to have any chemistry. They don't have any depth. The Grizzlies, they don't have the depth that the Nuggets have. The Pelicans, Zion, they might not even make the playoffs because Zion can't get healthy. But if they're there, they won't have chemistry because they haven't been able to play together. The Lakers, new team. The Warriors, been beat up all year, can't win away games. They're going to have home court advantage, like I just said. They're just getting set back if they even squeak in. If the Warriors squeak in as the 8th seed and they get Denver Nuggets in the 1st round and they beat them, yes, that is bad on Jokic. It is.
I don't see it, man. I feel like in today's league, it's so hard to put. It's so hard to have your best player as a big man that's a 7-footer and he's slow. He can't really do much, but on offensive end, he can pass the ball around and do stuff in that nature.
He's doing enough to win 3 MVPs.
Okay, but once it comes playoffs basketball, all that, like, just because you got MVPs, that don't mean nothing.
I'm saying it's time for him to back it up.
Yes, but
he's the best player in the league, or stop giving him the damn award.
In today's league, what he's doing is not natural. We know this. Nobody has ever done what he's doing. A triple-double as a big man, as a 7-footer, that's unheard of.
Basketball is positionless now, damn near. He's big. That's it.
Bro, he's a 7-foot point guard that's passing the.
What'd you just say? A point guard. He a point guard, really?
But he's still playing center. He's still playing down low. He's still posting up and doing stuff in that nature. But bro, once it comes playoffs basketball, like, you need a dominant wing player. You need a guy that.
Aaron Gordon has been balling this year. He has. He's had his best year statistically. He should have been an All-Star, arguably. He's been going crazy. Michael Porter Jr. is a solid 3-and-D player. They got Caldwell Pope. That's championship experience. Jamal Murray, if he can ever snap back. They just got Reggie Jackson as a backup.
Jamal Murray, he deserved just as much criticism too, though. I'm not gonna count.
Because I feel like if anybody need criticism, he need criticism.
He's the 80 of the Nuggets.
Because he don't ever show up. He might show up like once. He might show up.
Time out.
He might show up once a series or just one series.
Time out. Because he was the one who carried them in the bubble.
He was.
That's the only reason.
That was the bubble, though.
But I'm saying that's the only reason Jokic can even say he's ever made it to a Western Conference Finals. Jokic owes him. This is it. It's his turn to show up. He needs to
Jokic,
carry.
Jokic's not gonna do what Jamal Murray did.
Jokic's not finna. He's not finna be like LeBron James. Look at the last few Finals MVP guys. It's no more Tim Duncan. Like it's no more Tim Duncan winning Finals. It's a dominant wing player, or it's gonna be a shooting guard like a Steph Curry or something like that. You need a dominant wing player to be your best player on a team to win. I feel like.
I'm just saying, it sucks. He's in the position he's in, but he's going to win MVP again. And as the MVP of the league, all the other players who got MVPs 3 times have championships to their name. He has to get it.
Yeah.
It just is what it is.
I would rather have 3 championships than 3 MVPs.
So shouldn't I know he got MVPs and all, but shouldn't Embiid get some criticism this year too, right?
Yeah, he was on my list, was he not? But he's not MVP.
Okay, what if he would have got that?
What if he did?
That's the thing. He gets criticized already as if he's won one. People criticize Embiid more than they criticize Jokic.
That is true, but Embiid is a known like.
Embiid be in the camera though. He be in the camera.
He do be in the camera. He talk a lot. Jokic don't really talk a lot.
Jokic don't talk a lot.
See, that's
Jokic
why I don't.
dodging.
Neither do his game when it comes crunch time.
That's why I don't understand the hate for Jokic, because he don't do nothing to nobody. He literally be chilling.
I'm not saying it. I'm not saying
it's hate.
I'm just saying if he's not able to make it to at least the conference finals, really the NBA finals for me. Chris said conference finals. I'm saying the NBA finals. If he's not able to make it this year, we have to start looking at him in a different light. Steve Nash won 2 MVPs in a row. In his 3rd year, was technically better than those previous 2 years, but the NBA was like, you know what? We've watched him win these 2 MVPs and then choke in the playoffs and not go anywhere. We're not going to give him this MVP a 3rd time in a row, because what's the point if he's not going to do anything with it? Jokic is now in that same boat, but they're going to give it to him. So he has to go to the finals.
Nick Wright was right. He was right. Just because the media is making it seem like, oh, you have to win a ring. You have to make it to the finals. You have to win a ring. Just that makes you a bad. No, bro. Just let's appreciate greatness. Let's appreciate what he's doing.
We appreciate it. We appreciate it.
Something. Yeah, but why does he need a ring to validate anything? Why do any player need any?
Well, that's what I'm saying. But that's what we've done. We've literally bashed players. Like what you just said earlier, we up here bashing KD like he don't got 2 finals MVP.
Exactly.
Like, you just said he has the win, and he's already won.
I know, but
he was with the Warriors, but he's won.
I brought up why, pretty much what Nick Wright was saying. The media is pretty much brainwashing us into believing that a player needs to win a ring. He needs to go to the finals and this and that. Let's just appreciate greatness. Let's appreciate greatness. This man winning. This man running MVPs, man. We won't see anything like this ever again from a big man.
I'm gonna appreciate it, but I'm gonna need Jokic to brainwash me and perform in the playoffs and show up to fully commit.
No, I ain't gonna lie. They do need to make
the best player. Like people dead ass saying this might be the greatest center ever, and it's like
it might. The shit he doing is crazy. Skill wise, he could be.
Why do people make the argument LeBron not the best ever over Jordan? Because he didn't win rings. I know it's stupid, but
which is stupid. That doesn't.
We finna say Jokic can possibly be the best ever in his position, and he ain't won ever.
Talent-wise?
Not even at least been to the final. At least Charles Barkley went to the finals. He lost, but he went.
If we talking, we gotta set aside like winning from like. Talent-wise, he potentially could be one of the best centers of all time. Winning-wise,
bro, that don't matter.
Not even close.
That don't matter if you can't bring your organization a chip, bro.
Yeah,
like I said earlier, if I'm Denver, bro, I'm not gonna lie. We're not doing anything with this, bro. Like you're wasting time.
It would be different if it was like last year he got the MVP because he literally carried the Nuggets and they made the playoffs because of him. Now they have the best team in the NBA record-wise right now, and they've been great from the year All-Star. You called it. I didn't have faith in them, but they've been great. So if they aren't able to put it together this year with the 3-time MVP, when are they ever going to put it together?
Yeah, this not going to happen again.
They got to.
Not two times in a row.
They got to. Oh man, these clips gonna be fun to edit for the promo, man. We got some good content. But yeah, man, Jokic is my number one. Y'all got KD, but that's the episode, y'all. If you listened all the way through, I hope you enjoyed these last 10 minutes. I knew it was gonna get heated when I brought up Jokic. I tried to hint at it when I said, "Oh, I got him on the list. I'm gonna get to him." But we've been having this argument for like the last 2.5 weeks in our group chat, and we finally got footage on camera of it. But yeah, man, that's how I'm feeling. That's how Cam feeling. We're gonna see how the season plays out. But for me personally, Joker's gotta show me. He gotta show me. I don't care, man. I don't care. But that's the end of this episode. It's your kids from the neighborhood signing out. My dog Cam, my dog Chris, myself Bryce, and we out, man.
I need it.